37 of 45, 405 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. Mike White is a beast. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. Jets win 34-31. What a game. Seriously, what a game. That was easily the most fun I've had all season watching Jets football. I mean, what a way to respond after being humiliated last week, one of the worst losses in franchise history, to come out and take down the number one seed in the AFC, a team that's quite frankly been on fire. Not many teams have really had a formula on how to beat Cincinnati. The Jets step up and take down the Bengals today. I gotta be honest with you, I was not expecting this team to go out there and look like that. I was not expecting the offense to have that much success. I mean, it looked like a completely different team. It was night and day. From this Sunday to last Sunday, it was crazy. I mean, we saw a slew of changes. I mean, this is the Jets team that I was really expecting from the start of the season. Not saying, the quarterback's putting up, godly numbers, these Herculean performances or anything like that, or, us taking down the top teams in the league, but more so incorporating the short passing attack, getting the football out of the quarterback's hands quickly and effectively, making sure the quarterback position feels as comfortable as possible, feeding our playmakers, getting creative. Think about all of the end arounds, all of the trickery that we saw today. I mean, we even saw the Philly special on the 2-point conversion, and it was successful. Mike LaFleur in the box. I mean, this Jets team truly took initiative and made those changes. They made those changes. Play calling, personnel, getting certain guys involved. I mean, what a day. What a day from top to bottom, from the coaching staff down to the players. But the most impressive thing about today's victory for me was the start. It was the opening drive of this football game. We won the toss, we received, we went all the way down the field and scored a touchdown. I truly felt like it set the tone. That is something that has been completely non-existent in every single game this year. We're so used to seeing incompletions, punts, turnovers early, being outscored 44-0 coming into the matchup. In the first quarter, that changed. Opening drive, bam, right down the field, 7 points on the board. And by starting off fast like that, if we think back to the end of the first quarter, end of one, so 3 quarters left to play, what transpired? Mike White had 2 interceptions. The Bengals are knocking, they need less than 5 yards to score a touchdown. And because of the impressive start, we don't have to hit the panic button. Joe Burrow's knocking on the door of the end zone, multiple turnovers, but we don't have to hit the panic button. We don't have to deviate away from the run game. We don't have to take our young quarterback and force him to make throws down the football field, tight window throws down the football field with this sense of aggression because we're down 10, 14, 17 points. No, we were up in the game. That is what starting off fast does to a football game. I mean, it was truly a dogfight. It was a real back and forth. I felt like I was watching real NFL football, not just a bludgeoning. So I can't say enough about the start. I can't say enough about Mike White. Yeah, he did have a couple of picks, but all things considered, he was making his first NFL start against the number one seed in the AFC, against, frankly, a fantastic defense. And plus, one of those interceptions bounced right off the face of Michael Carter. So, to me, Mike White, I mean, he better get player of the week in the AFC. I mean, the guy had a great game. Mike LaFleur's play calling completely changed. I mean, what a tremendous job. You mentioned before that putting him in the box could bode well for this Jets offense because initially, that's where he wanted to be. He wanted to be up in the box, but because Zach Wilson was a rookie, because he's pretty young and he wasn't some, 5th, 6th year senior coming out of college, he wanted to be there for Zach on the sidelines to talk things over and whatnot. But because Zach didn't play and it was Mike White in there, Mike was up in the box and he was doing a tremendous job calling plays. So offensively, I mean, Elijah Vera Tucker was incredible in the run game. Michael Carter, my hat goes off to you. Absolutely tremendous day, both in the run game and in the pass game. Let's take a look at these numbers. He runs for 77 yards with a touchdown. He goes out and snags 9 receptions for 95 yards. I mean, that's like Kamara. That's like McCaffrey. What a day. What a day for Michael Carter. Easily the best game of his career. I could not be happier. I mean, Truly, this offense was down numerous players. No Zach Wilson, no Mekhi Becton, no Tevin Coleman, George Fant leaves early, no Corey Davis. They rise to the occasion, and Mike White throws for 400, and we take down the #1 seed in the AFC. Before we move on to the defense, I do want to say that I felt like the officiating was suspect on both sides. I felt like all day it was just filled with inconsistencies. There were catches ruled as incompletions. There were incompletions ruled as catches. Certain plays that I felt like maybe a flag should be thrown here. No flag. And then there were some ticky-tack stuff where it's like, why is there really, like, does a flag really need to be thrown here? I don't know. And then, of course, in the last drive of the game, the last Jets drive, it comes down to a call like that on 3rd down. The helmet-to-helmet thing where it could go either way. Ty Johnson's lowering his head. It's just, you never want to see a game come down to a questionable call like that. So I definitely feel for the Bengals fans there, especially because that was on a 3rd down, but we have to move on. Cincinnati, you're in a really good spot, tons of talent, they'll be fine. But still, the officiating, not that good at all. But as far as the defense is concerned, I was impressed given the circumstances, understanding who we were playing against, understanding the quarterback, the wide receiver depth, the offensive system, and the play calling. I felt like the linebacking core really showed out today. Mosley, we saw Gerard Davis out there making some plays, Quincy Williams late. I felt like for the majority of the day, the cornerbacks had a pretty solid day. The safety play, not the biggest fan of the safety play, but again, given the circumstances, I felt like the defense did enough to win the game. Was it an elite performance? No, but they did enough, and that's fine with me. So the Jets move on, 2 wins. What a day. Mike White, man, 400. I mean, that number's going to sit with me until Thursday when we play the Colts. I mean, what a performance. As far as the quarterback position is concerned moving forward, Zach Wilson coming back possibly early, Mike White, Joe Flacco, we saw a little bit of Josh Johnson today. I mean, after this performance, this is not just the best quarterback performance that we saw this year. I mean, we're taking it into consideration last year, the year before that. I mean, this was one of the all-time performances here. 400 yards, are you kidding me? You have to go with Mike White. You have to put Mike White on the football field once again to take on the Colts on Thursday. But what a sound performance. I can't wait to dive into the comment section and read your thoughts on it. All in all, I mean, the team wins on 1st downs, total plays, total yards, passing, rushing, and time of possession. We did lose in the turnover battle and the penalty battle, but because this Jets team started off so fast, because we hung in there and it was a true back and forth, almost like a tennis match, I felt like that's what really allowed this team to get the win in the end, right? From start to finish, from the first snap to the last snap. What a day for this Jets team. Mike White, I thought he was poised. I thought he was accurate. He knew exactly where to go with the football. I thought the processing post-snap was really effective as well. That's something that Zach Wilson has definitely struggled with this season. So, man, what a day. Jets win. The Jets knock off the Bengals 34-31. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. I'm going to be thinking about this one for a long time. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.